under pressure because right now 13-7, I believe 13-7. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one because they have to get at least I think more than 7. They have to get or the X squad only has to get 8 rounds and then they're already set, and that's not really that, at least in my opinion, not really that difficult. Looking at how they've played on Bureau and moving over to Raid. So yeah, let's kind of see how they will pull this off because the bomb is already planted. Rain already going for that quick plant, and we're trying to see X going on positioning themselves for retakes. Oh, the double nade! It works so well. Frista and taking a Reborn and Gapi right there with the double nade together with one of his teammates. Nuclear quickly springing back into the action, and Ari also able to take it on Crust, and just like that, Rain's strategy worked, but they're still getting bombarded heavily. Quante able to take them heavily. We can see XCR very low. Nuclear getting the tap on Quante. And you can see XCR has to move, and he still gets taken out. This was so good. This was so beautiful the way Rain played.
Still plenty of time early on here.
Especially looking at how they're positioning themselves right now. It's a lot better. They're kind of forcing a bit more towards A, which is something we haven't seen. And again, another thing that really works well in Raid is pushing. And as long as you dodge those nades, as long as you're a little faster, a little slower than those nades, like the moment they drop, you can have a beautiful push on any of these sides, regardless. It's Raid. It's like you run and you dive a side. Like, it works. But you have to do it properly. I feel like they're playing a little too slow for this map.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Especially on the breach side, you need to play a little faster. I think you definitely do. I think the teams you've seen had really a lot of success on the breach side. They do usually play a little faster.
XCR gets one frag. And again, like, look, A side, like, if you push that, okay, XCR is going for one of those wall bangs to the, again, difficult one to hit, but it's possible. But on Rain, I feel like pushing very hard, like being able to just get there on the A side before the people on the coalition side even rotates from B to A is what makes this map so free for the breach side. But it's of course difficult. It's difficult to pull off, especially the higher you go against higher, more competitive players you play. But getting these really, really good pushes, fast pushes, being able to be ahead or in front of, and not at the exact moment the nades drop, and being able to dodge them, oh, you are in for a field day of frags and bomb plants. I'm telling you, it just, the only thing that can maybe stop you is a guy with a shotgun in the corner. But you don't see that often, especially not with these rifle rounds. And if you're able to communicate with your team properly, which is something we haven't seen from Rain yet, which has been on
go.
And it looks like Reborn and Nuclear both. We want to look for someone on mid. Quante already taking down Nuclear. So again, a good sign here from Rain. This is what they want. They want to get that early pick. Can they finally get that 6th round, or any round just in general, in their pocket? Ooh, that flashbang. Stab from behind. Reborn gets taken down. Evan Leach quickly able to shut down Cross. And Ari knows there's going to be a player here on Coalition spawn. And look at that. Again, being able to push just like that. Boom. They're all on the A side. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Almost get knifed. Could have been huge. First, it still takes him down. Democracy as well, taking on Gapi. And it's just going to be Evan Lee remaining. If we saw this push on every round, honestly, X Squad would have a harder time. 100%.
Yep. Well, hopefully we're going to start seeing that here.
Where's the follow-up? Where's the follow-up from Democracy? Oh, my. Oh, might as well, pull back a bit.
Yeah, exactly. And just moving in like that very slowly, one after another. If you're going to do that, you kind of have to all push at once because you give them plenty of time to go ahead and reset.
That is true. Reborn, able to take down Democracy early on. And again, Rain just losing that first member just like that. Like, this is not what you want when you're Rain. That nade is kind of doing a bit of damage, but I would have waited for that nade to actually go down. But it's fine, whatever. He just wanted to push it and nade it at the same time and try and see if he can get a frag across. Oh, beautiful engage there on the side, taking Gapi. Surprising area, and can see Cross really having a high impact on Rain's momentum here. Nuclear last
was one
standing.
Sorry to make a trouble. Was 1 and 7. I think he's 7 and 8 now, if I'm doing my math correctly. Really coming alive the last about minute here.
What? Okay, for some reason I thought Nuclear wasn't holding it, but Nuclear was just going. I think it was going up the barrels to actually spot Frista easily side right now instead of the breach side for the second half. So maybe that will be a bit nicer for them to work with. Requires a bit less coordination, although that is something that we expect a lot from, especially from all the teams from Rain. Ooh, Cross able to take down Airy. Quante also getting a frag. Reborn does get one frag before he gets naded down. and it's a 4 versus 3. X1 in a bit of trouble. If they lose this pistol round, already really bad for them. Evidently just pushing towards B. Like, there's actually no one on the B side. And Gabi, beautiful positioning there, giving Quante the feeling he can just move back past that smoke. But the way Gabi was actually locking down his position there really gave him a free frag. Nuclear as well, profiting after that. Frista gets taken down, and the bomb is planted. 2 versus 3. And we can see XCR slowly pushing through the vents. Democracy also here coming from heaven. Gabi taking on XCR. Democracy also getting shut down.
It looks like they're half asleep. It's like that's kind of been the whole map. They just can't get anything to stick here. It's frustrating. Seems like everything they try to do, X Quadrant is just one step ahead of them and is waiting right there for them just to kick them in the, or punch them in the stomach, that is. Ari peeking around the corner here with a shotgun, about to move up that ramp, going to have a little bit of
range trouble.
Yeah.
It's a bit range too trouble, far away.
Yeah, just a little bit, just a little too far. Ooh, Nuclear popping out of the corner, finding Quanta. Again, Quanta didn't even fire a shot there, or at least it didn't look like he fired a shot there on my screen. I don't know if he was able to get one off, but it's like he sees the player. The reaction time is just slower. Democracy, as an altercation here, is going to win that versus Nuclear. Bomb has now been planted, and X Quadrant does have the man advantage here. Cross trying to work these vents, got a player on his right here. Ooh, nice shot there on Evanly, but it's Eerie with a shotgun. It is just hard to win that in close quarters like that. Gabi finishing off Democracy in the last play for life here is going to be XZR getting flashed. He's trying to do something here. He's got to come up with a miraculous clutch here to keep his team in this. Really, you get to 11 and 11-4, you're down by 7. It is going to be even more difficult than being down by 6 right now. XCR's got a pretty good idea where Reborn is, and Reborn just has the advantage. Grenades going out here, and he's going to fire a volley of shots at there now that he knows where XCs are.
Get their prize. I don't know if you noticed this as well. Same thing happening on Bureau, just a bit less hectic than what we're seeing here. Like, a rate is a lot worse. Frista able to get an area everywhere else. Frista. You can see 4 versus 4, 3 versus 4 as Reborn gets another frag there. And already the bomb plan. And on Bureau, we already talked about, like, oh, it's going to be a very neck-to-neck race. Like, we love to see this. And then suddenly it's like 13-7. It's like, oh, it went from 6-6 to like 13-7. Like, how did that exactly happen? And we were, oh, it's probably the second half. But it might not just be that second half in general. It might also just be the way X-Con is just able to have more strategies at hand, or more ideas. They're playing a bit more complex than Rain expects, maybe. They're in a bad spot, though. Gabi still managed to get an XCR. Cross goes for the fuse. Is he noticing this? He notices it, and he still takes down Cross with 12. 7 rounds? Or like 7 rounds away, if I do the math?
Yeah, currently 7. Yeah, it's gonna be 8 if they don't win this one here, and X Quadrant takes the W. And
Nuclear Reborn already. Nuclear does get taken down, though. This could be good for Rain to maybe get another round. Rust tries to find, but again, losing out the 1v1 here. Ari just continues spraying, takes him down. XCR taking an Evanly. It's going to be 2 versus 3, and Ari is low. You see that nade coming down. XCR somehow able to survive the blast. Reborn takes him down, though, and he's going to go for the bomb plan. Just Frista remaining. No playing around here from X Squadron, as Frista, still gets 1 frag. He's going to try and get this defuse. Oh, he's going to get spotted from behind. All right, well. Anyways, GG well played, 13-5. It looked like he was about to clutch, but then again, the way he was getting engaged from behind, a bit odd. Or less, he didn't expect. He expected all of them to be on the side, ready to ready to rumble, I guess.